morning, students. I welcome all the students in Abasai Kakre Junior College, Shergaon online teaching. Today, we are going to start with the next section. From second section, we are going to start with 2.5, Father Returning Home. Now, students, Father Returning Home is a poem written by Dilip Chitre. Now here we will discuss about in short who is Dilip Chitre. Now from the name itself we will understand Dilip Chitre is from India and he has written the number of poems in English literature. He is one of the famous poet from Indian literature. Now as he is an Indian poet as well as he is a critic, painter and a filmmaker also. Means he is not only poet but also critic, painter and filmmaker also. So he got a lot of success in English literature. Now Dilip Chitre, he was born in 1938 and he was died in 2009. Now he was known as a bilingual poet. Why? Because he was able to use two languages and he is also known as a translator with a remarkable work in Marathi and English. He has translated a number of Marathi poems, Marathi literature in English literature, in English language, and that's why he was one of the best translator in English also. He was awarded with Sahitya Academy Award and it was a prestigious award in Marathi literature. Says Tuka, this particular popular abhangas, or we can say spiritual poems, were translated by Dilip Chitre in English literature, in English language. This poem, that is Father Returning Home, is taken from Traveling in a Cage. It draws a portrait of a suburban commuter. Now suburban means people who lives in suburb area of that particular city. In Marathi we can call it as Upanagar. And commuter means a person who travels. So he is a suburban commuter and this particular poem, Father Returning Home, also depicts the situation of suburban commuter. It depicts, this particular poem also describes dull, monotonous, exhausting and equally pitiable daily routine of the suburban commuter. Their daily routine related to their traveling is very monotonous, is very bored. And the same description Dilip Chitre has given in this particular poem. It describes a forced alienation at home. Now these suburban people, when they reached at their house, in their home, at that time no one is there to speak with them, to converse with them. And that's why they feel very lonely, they feel very alone, which is reflected through the stale food and lack of sharing. When they reached at home, they have to eat stale food. Stale food म्हणजे शिळे अन्न. They has to eat that stale food and lack of sharing. No one is there to speak with them. His own children, the people who came from their work at home, their children refuse to share their joys and sorrows with the hard-working father who as a result is forced to retire into solitude. And father is the center of that particular family, but though he works hard, he came late at home, but still even his own children refuse to speak with him. And because of that, again these people, they felt very lonely, and the same situation is described by Dilip Chitre in this particular poem. This loneliness is a symbol of man's isolation from materialistic man-made world, and we, means human being, we have created this materialistic life and we are responsible for this particular loneliness. And friends, the same picture is described in this particular poem. Now, as I have told just now, father is at the center of our family. He works hard for the betterment of his family members. But what we do, we never pay attention towards our parents. We never think about our father. And because of our behavior, our father feels very lonely or they become very unhappy because of our behavior. And Dilip Chitre has tried to picturize the same picture portrait of the father from middle class family from suburban areas. Now students, have a look on these particular points. Now see second point, it is an autobiographical poem. Father Returning Home by Dilip Chitre is an autobiographical poem, means Dilip Chitre has written about his own experience, about his own father, and so it is an autobiographical. Again I want to tell you in Marathi, autobiographical means आत्मचरित्रात्मक. दिलीप चित्रे यांचा ह्या वडिलांविषयीचे स्वतःचे अनुभव आहेत आणि म्हणून ही कविता कशी आहे, इट इज अन ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल पोएम. अगेन रिमेंबर, though the poem is autobiographical, but it also become universal because of the theme the poet has described in this particular poem. Universal means the situation of the father of Dilip Chitre is not only the situation of his own life, but it happens with any father from the society. Nowadays, these old people, they feel very lonely, they feel very alone. So we can say, though it is an autobiographical poem, but we can apply the same theme, the same topic, the same subject throughout the society or related to the all people, fathers from the society. Now, this particular poem, it shows loneliness of old age. Also, it highlights the question, the problem of loneliness faced by the old people. These old people, they are feeling very lonely at their home because no one is there to speak with them in the house. Now, here next point, neglected and uncared for his father. At the end of this particular poem, poet understand how he neglected, how his family members neglected towards his father and how they are uncared for their father. That feeling comes in the mind of Dilip Chitre and the same feeling is described in the poem. Now, have a look about the structure of the poem. Now, as this is a poem, we have two stanzas in this poem. But in these two stanzas, in each stanza, we have 12 lines. Means total in this particular poem, we have 24 lines. Next point, we have, our poet has written this poem in free verse. Again here I want to explain you this particular word in Marathi. Free verse, mukta chanda, means while writing any type of literature, we have to follow some rules and regulations. But here poet didn't follow any rule, any regulations while writing this particular poem, and that's why poem is written in a free verse. Again, next point, no rhyme scheme is used in this poem. No rhyme scheme. We have A, AB or BC, this particular rhyme scheme in each poem, but here poet has used no rhyme scheme. Then first person narration. Here, as this poem is an autobiography narrated this poem in first person narration. For example, here in the lines of this particular poem, poet said, "My father travels on the late evening train." My father. Or, "Now I can see him getting off the train." I. All these pronouns are related to first person narration. So poet narrated this poem in first person. And last, in this poem we have easy and simple language used by the poet. Now why? Because poet is from India, and as an Indian person he uses very easy and simple words so that we understand the lines very easily. So this is all about introduction about this particular poem. And now we turn towards the poem itself. As I have told you, we have two stanzas in this poem. We are going to see first stanza today. Now see this particular lines from the first stanza. My father travels on the late evening train. Here poet said, our poem begins with the speaker's description of his father's traveling home. Poet described his father's traveling at home. Now he has completed his work and he was returning to his house and he was traveling with train. The father is traveling in a late evening train, and the time expressed in the first line is evening. Means father worked late in his office. He becomes very late because of his working. After finishing his work for the day. Late evening train, these particular words indicate how long father works so that it regularly gets late for him to return home. And as he was returning late evening train, it indicates that he was working late in his office. And after completion of his work, now he was going to his home. Means here in short, poet want to say that father has to work for the late evening in his office, and when he complete his work, then he went towards the house. Then second line, standing among silent commuters in the yellow light. Now here in this line, poet has described. Now his father's journey begins from the train. He was traveling from train late evening, and there is no seat for his father. Standing, he was standing, he has carried that particular pipe, and he was silent. No one is ready to speak with him because he may be very tired. And so there are number of people in the train, but no one is speaking with his father. The father is standing among the silent passenger. There are number of passengers, but these passengers are silent. No one is speaking with each other. Inside the train compartment, this line is indicative of his suffering during the journey. Means after completion of his work, he started his journey by train, but unfortunately in the train he didn't get any seat. And here from this particular line we come to know father has to suffer a lot at the time of his traveling itself. After working so hard, he is returning home standing on the foot abroad, as he doesn't get a seat there to relax. The silent commuters are not friendly enough to commute with father. The yellow light is not the best thing either to promote any cheerfulness. Yellow light is not good thing. And so this particular light also indicate the suffering, the journey monotonous, and he didn't get any seat in the train. No one is ready to speak with him. This indicate agony. त्याचा त्या वडिलांना सहन करावा लागणारा त्रास त्या ओळीमधनं स्पष्ट होतो. Then suburbs slide past his unseeing eyes. Now this is a father's daily routine. Every day father has to commute from his own house to the workplace, from workplace to his house. दैनंदिन असाच प्रवास करावा लागतोय. घर ते ऑफिस, ऑफिस ते घर, म्हणजे हा त्यांचा दैनंदिन डेली रुटीन आहे. And as it is his daily routine, now other people in that train, they are looking out. They are watching the scene out of the window. But the poet's father, he was not interested to see out of the window because he didn't find anything new out of that window. दररोजच त्या रस्त्याने प्रवास करतायत, लोक खिडकीतनं बाहेर पाहतायत, मात्र कवीचे वडील जे आहेत ते मात्र बाहेर पाहण्याला इंटरेस्टेड नाहीयेत, कारण दररोज ते त्या रस्त्याने जात आहेत, दररोज त्या रस्त्याने येत आहेत. नवीन त्यांना त्या रस्त्यामध्ये, त्या बाहेरच्या वातावरणामध्ये काही वेगळं दिसत नाही. सो पोएट सेड suburbs slide past his unseeing eyes. People were watching out of the window, but father was not interested watching out of that window. Now here the suburbs are sliding past the moving train, but the poet's father has no intention to look at those. He is unmoved by these scenes, for he has seen those many a time. Right? खूप वेळेस त्यांनी ते जाताना येताना पाहिलेलं आहे, त्यांना नवीन त्यामध्ये काही वाटत नाही. Next, stand with mud and his bag stuffed with books. Now his shirt and pants are soggy, and his black raincoat stained with mud, and his bag stuffed with books. Now this is a description of the things which he is carrying with him. आपल्या बरोबर कोणकोणतं साहित्य ते घेऊन जात आहेत त्याचं वर्णन कवीने यामध्ये केलेलं आहे. Now poet said that he is carrying. Poet makes us know that it was a rainy day. It was a rainy day. His shirts and pants are wet because of the rain. पावसाचे दिवस आहेत आणि त्या पावसामुळे त्यांचे कपडे वगैरे कसे झालेले आहेत, वेट, ओले झालेले आहेत. And his black raincoat stained with mud, and his bag stuffed with books. He has a bag with him, and his bag was full with books. त्यांच्या हातामध्ये एक बॅग आहे आणि ती बॅग पुस्तकाने गच्च भरलेली आहे. ती बॅग जीर्ण झालेली आहे. It was very old bag, and those books they are coming out of that bag. आणि ते पुस्तकं एवढी पुस्तकं आहेत की ते काय होतात त्या बॅगच्या बाहेर येऊन पाहतायत. His shirt and pants are soggy, and his black raincoat. Here poet described his father's dresses are all wet with the rainwater, and the black raincoat is damaged with mud. Students, see how the situation of the father. There is a rainy day. His dress was wet because of the rain. His raincoat was damaged because of the mud. Damage म्हणजे फाटलेला आहे. रेनकोट सुद्धा त्या चिखलामुळे, त्या पावसाच्या वातावरणामुळे फाटलेला आहे. The bag he was carrying was stuffed. त्यांच्या हातामध्ये जी बॅग आहे ती अतिशय फुल भरलेली आहे with books, and he was struggling to handle it. आणि त्या प्रवास करत असताना एक हात वरती त्यांनी ट्रेनला त्या पडू नये म्हणून पकडलेला आहे आणि दुसऱ्या हाताने ती पुस्तकांनी भरलेली बॅग काय करतायत ते सावरण्याचा प्रयत्न करत आहेत. हियर फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिक्युलर लाईन अगेन पोएट हायलाइट्स द agony, the suffering father has to face at the time of traveling in the train. Next, these lines again indicative of the difficulties faced by the poet's father during his journey. It gets even worse in the rainy season, and this is his daily routine. He has to face the same difficulties every day, but as these are rainy days, his sufferings, his problems increased. His eyes, dimmed by age, fade homeward through the humid monsoon night. Now I can see him getting off the train. Now the poet gives us an impression of his father's age. And by saying that, poet said that his father become very old. आता वडील वृद्ध झालेले आहेत, वयाविषयी कवी या ठिकाणी सांगतात. His eyesight is dimmed by his old age, and his eyesight, दृष्टी त्यांची काय झालेली आहे, कमी झालेली आहे because of the old age. The father looks homeward with his low vision through the humid monsoon night. The gloomy atmosphere also adds to the dullness of his life, and everywhere there is a gloomy atmosphere, and this gloomy atmosphere also indicate the sufferings faced by poet's father. So here, in short, poet highlight the problem faced by his father at the time of journey. The poet further gets down from the train. Now poet's father now gets down from the train, and Dilip Chitre has used the simile in comparing his father to an unimportant word in a long sentence. See, I am going to read the line. Now I can see him getting off the train. आता कवी म्हणतात मी पाहिले ते ट्रेन मधनं खाली उतरलेले आहेत. Like a word dropped from a long sentence. Now here poet compared getting off the train by his father with a word dropped from a long sentence. वडील जे ट्रेन मधनं उतरतात त्या उतरण्याची क्रिया जी आहे त्याची तुलना कवीने केलेली आहे. जसं एखाद्या वाक्यामधनं एखादा शब्द काय केला तो गायला जातो, म्हणजे फार काही फरक पडत नाहीये. The people who are there in the train, they don't have any response as his father left from the train. त्यांना फारसा काही फरक पडत नाही, and that's why here we have figure of speech simile. He hurries across the length of the grey platform. Now as he got off from the train, he started to walk very hurriedly because he has to reach at his home. घाईघाईने त्या काय करतात, रस्त्याने चाललेत आपल्या घराकडे पोहोचण्यासाठी. Now at the time of going from that platform, poet has described that platform as a grey platform. कवीने ते प्लॅटफॉर्मचा रंग सांगितलेला आहे, ग्रे प्लॅटफॉर्म, करडा कलर आपण त्याला म्हणतो. नाउ व्हॉट इट इंडिकेट्स, ग्रे प्लॅटफॉर्म कशाचं प्रतिनिधित्व आहे? इट इज ग्रे ड्यू टू सिमेंट. सिमेंटमुळे काय झालेलं आहे, ते ग्रे झालेलं आहे. हियर ग्रे सजेस्ट ओल्ड एज, डलनेस ऑफ फादर्स लाईफ. हा जो ग्रे कलर आहे हा त्या वडिलांची जी परिस्थिती आहे, स्थिती आहे, त्या स्थितीचं वर्णन करतात. क्रॉसेस द रेल्वे लाईन, एंटर्स द लेन. नाउ ही क्रॉसेस द रेल्वे लाईन अँड एंटर द लेन विच इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स हिज हाऊस. आता त्यांनी ती रेल्वे लाईन क्रॉस केलेली आहे आणि ते आता त्या लेन कडे आले, जी लेनची रस्ता कुठे जातोय, त्यांच्या घराकडे जातोय. His chappals are sticky with mud, but he hurries onward. His chappals were stick with mud, but still he was trying to go hurriedly towards his house. चप्पल ही चिखलाने माखलेली आहे, पण तरी सुद्धा ते काय करत आहेत, प्रयत्न करत आहेत घाईघाईने आपल्या घराकडे जाण्यासाठी. So students, this is how we have seen only first stanza. Here in first stanza, once again, poet has described the traveling of his father from home to house, again from his working place to the house, and he started his journey at the late evening. And from this particular description, he wants to highlight how miserable, how difficult life his father has to lead at the time of his journey. That description is given. And though he has to face number of difficulties, for example, those are rainy days, his bag is full with books, his raincoat was damaged because of the rain, his chappals were stuck with mud, but still he wants to reach at his home early, and so he was going towards house very hurriedly. Means he want to speak with his family members, he want to share his opinion with his family members. Now in the next stanza of the poem, poet has described when father reached at home, what will happen with him, and that we will see in the next lecture. Till then we will stop here.